So YouTube, this is what we're dealing with. We already ripped the old space heater out. Basically just pull that one apart, make sure your power is off on the service panel wherever it's at. From there, take everything apart, start taking out all your wires, take out the 4 screws in the back of this. This box will come off. I already did it. It was this box before. We're putting in the new one. Just re-put your stuff back in, get your wire ties on to make it safe. And then we'll go from right here. These are going to be hot ground, you know, all that good stuff. We're going to just wire them into the next piece. So this was the old one. This is bad. It's had problems. When one of these go bad, it can cause all sorts of issues. When I say all sorts of issues, water line breakage. This was broken. We put that new piece in, resoldered it. That was in another video actually, or a video that we're going to be posting. Stay tuned on that. For now, we got to get this fixed. This right here keeps this entire room hot, and without that, when weather's like this, things are going to freeze. So those need to stay good. You should be checking them if you have buildings too. All right, so for this particular one, what we're going to start with here is this. We got to get the ground put in. The ground will just simply go right here. You just make a quick loop on that. Put that right there. And what we're going to do is you take this little green screw that comes with that, and that will just go right in that little area. So with that being said, I think that little area, hold on. Well, we got to figure out where the fuck the ground goes. Not that little area, disregard. Right, so we found the green screw. That other green screw is from the old one. So get that tight. Make sure it's really tight. That's done. I mean, don't go too tight, but go tight enough where it makes sense. Okay, shove that all back in there. Make sure that's all out of the way, because you don't want that in your way while you're putting the rest of this in. All right, there's that. So now we're gonna get to hooking these up on the back of the black box, the heating pack. We'll go from there. So for this next part, you're gonna hook the white to your white, and then the red up to your black, and we'll go from there. Once you got that, you're good to go. So this next part, we're gonna be putting this box in there and then going from there. Make sure that I got it hooked up like that, got your ground on, make sure there's no wires that are exposed. You're not gonna short anything out. And then you're good to go. So let's get this put in there. After that, we'll be good to test her out. All right, when getting these put in, try to make sure you get these wires right here shoved down there as far as possible, out of the way. And then shove her in, or at least towards the bottom. You don't want any of those hitting anything back there. It's not going to cause any issues, but it's just a good rule of thumb to do. It makes everything look cleaner if someone's going to have to take it apart or do any stuff in the future to it. So just do that, make sure everything looks good, looks nice, and then get it put back together. All right, so next, when you're putting this on, a rule of thumb, they got 2 little tabs. Take the bottom of it, lay it down in there, and that will help you get that screw up there aligned. So you only need 1 person to do this. This is totally a 1-person job. You don't need 2 people doing this if you do it right. Get that screw put in, and you're good to go to test her out. All right, now for this next piece here, get that little screw tight. Make sure that's good. See it suck itself in there. That's good. The next part is putting this front piece back on. Once you verified it works, take these, get them, make sure they're in the holes that they need to be in. And I would use a screwdriver so you don't strip these out. That way you got direct control on it, or a hammer drill, one of the two. Don't be using just a normal drill for this, because you, like I said, you don't want to strip these and make yourself have more work than you need. Goes in there. And these units can sit in a wall too. So if you were to sit these in a wall, that would be flush up against the wall. We had to drill holes in the back just to stick this right up to it, how the last one was. Makes it kind of easier to work on for maintenance people and everything else when they sit outside the wall like this. Okay, just like so. You got that one on. There you go. Now the front panel's on. Next, we're gonna stick the little knob on right there. Take your little knob and see how it has a little flat piece inside, and there's a little flat piece on this. You gotta get that lined up with, I dropped it. You gotta get that lined up with that right. That's how that works. and you're good. Clean up. I recommend scrapping this stuff. You can just literally throw in a big scrap bin or just take it to wherever. Recycle people, don't be throwing things just right in the trash.